We are at our state-of-the-art diamond recovery plant located less than a half mile from Southwest Arkansas's famous Crater of Diamond State Park. Now, nothing's running right now, but it will do 5 tons an hour when we are up and running. This is a spray bar inside this smaller trommel. The bigger trommel doesn't have a spray bar. It has water pumped into it, and we put the ore in there and it all mixes together. But we need a spray bar here so that it will wash the ore through these screens. See, we have a fine, well, 1/4 inch screen there and a 1/2 inch screen here, and it sorts it according to size and puts it in the jig on the other side. And the spray bar is this pipe, and it has holes in it, and water comes out. It had a welded cap on there, and I was having a little trouble with the holes plugging up on the spray bar, and so I took this reciprocating saw this morning and sawed that off. And now, let me turn the water on real quick. So this water comes from our recirculating pond, so it's kind of muddy. The water from our supply water pond is a little cleaner looking, but you know, we use, it's kind of like rainwater. Anyway, the water is coming out pretty good. Now, when I cut the pipe in too, it was full of mud. So I'm taking this pipe and kind of rotting it out, and we've got the mud cleaned out of it now. So since I cut the welded cap off, how am I going to fix that? Well, I'll put it in this no-hub coupling. I'm an old plumber. I'll put it in there, and then put it on the end here, and just tighten it. So that holds, it's not leaking, and the water is coming out of the holes in the spray bar. Let me move in and you can see it better maybe. So it looks like pretty muddy water, but at least we're not plugging up with rocks and silt and mud and debris. And if I ever need to clean it out again, I can just take that cap off real easily and flush it out and rot it out like I did just now. But it's got spray bars going all the way down there, so that when that drum is revolving, it will wash. Well, let me turn it on. So as this drum revolves, as the material comes down from the bigger scrubber, having a little trouble getting started because of the weight that's in there. I jump it a little bit, but anyway, it's rolling now. But the gravel comes down that chute at the far end. See the chute from the large one? The muddy gravel comes down and rolls around in the smaller trommel, and the spray bar washes it through those screens, and then it goes into these the jigs over on this side, and these jigs, and the heavies are separated out of it there in the jig. Now you think, why is this water so muddy? Well, when the plant's running, we're feeding 5 tons of dirty ore in per hour, and the majority of it, whatever isn't caught in the heavies, comes down here through this pipe, this drainage pipe, and goes to our settling pond. And a lot of the tailings drop out right there in a pile. And then I get the excavator, which is right here, and I bring the excavator over like I did last night, and I dig the mud out, the tailings, and I put it there. Well, now when that dries, we're going to have to push it on out into this field. But it's too muddy to mess with right now. Anyway, the tailings drop out, most of it drops out there. And then these are the pumps at the far end of our settling pond. And they pump water up here. One pumps it up into the top. See, you can see that green hose. It puts it up into the top of our hopper and into the main trommel, our big trommel. So we use recycle water there. We have two pumps, one running the spray bar and one going up to the big trommel. The problem is those pumps are actually sucking the water across, and it brings silt with it, and it gets a little muddy in here. But muddy water works, and we have a freshwater pond through there with a lot cleaner water that we use in part of the process too. We have two pumps up there furnishing water to the jigs and all, but it's a little cleaner water, but this is kind of muddy, and I fixed the problem. These holes on the spray bar are no longer plugged with mud because I cut the tap off and rotted it out and flushed it out, and so everything's good now.